Alrighty, everyone. So if you noticed on my Twitter, or maybe you didn't, I had said that I would be making a um lore character lore explanation because I made a poll between either a character lore song or just tell you the character lore, and you guys had voted on me just explain my character lore. So, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Explain character lore of SuperAlex543, the Archer of Death and Chaos, Messenger of Death. Now, this story starts eons ago, back creation of the universe. There, in the game, there was just one goddess, the goddess of chaos, who went by, of course, Chaos. Anyway, she was like, you know what? Let's just make stuff, and then boom, everything. Yeah. Anyways, ignore that part because I haven't come up with that basic. Anyways, she created the other gods and goddesses from her mind. She just willed them into existence. At least the major ones. If we have death, um, we have the goddess of death, the main one. Then there was also the god of mischief and evil. Um, and his name, well, he didn't have one. He does not have a name because he was exiled by the gods, supposedly killed, banished for all eternity, never to come back. Anyways, fast forward like a lot, and Chaos decided, you know what? I want to have my own kid, biologically, like all those mortals do. So what she do? Just poofs, gets herself a child, but she doesn't poof him into existence like the other gods, goddesses, and all that. Yeah, no. She actually, full childbirth thing, pregnant, all that. Yeah. Anyways, does that, has kid, our main character here, Alex, because I know, creative name. I'm just gonna be referring to him as Alex because Super X543 is a mouthful. Anyways, she has Alex, and grows up normal mortal, although even though he's technically a god, technically actually a demigod, because he's not actually a god, because he's not immortal, so he's just a demigod. Anyways, you know, then eventually, he meets some friends who, as it turns out, are also demigods. We've got, most of them are just children of, some of the minor gods. Actually, they all are really. Well, one of them's technically a kid of the god of war, who's one of the more major gods. Nah, it's fine. There's only one of them anyway. Anyways, so they form a group called Big Crime Enterprises. And what do? Well, they're mercenaries, really. They're also anarchists, technically, because government, huh, what's that? We don't care follow the government. We make our own rules. So, although they have worked for the government in the past, they just don't really care about the government. They're not totally anarchists where, like, overthrow the government, destroy government, all that. They just don't care. So they're technically anarchists. And of course, we have Alex as the leader. And of course, they all go by code names and all that. And, majority of them are just go by like their parents, their godly parent. Well, some of them, or just like something that's related to them. Of course, so Alex, he goes by Chaos because why not? But anyways, um, so anyways, they're on a mission. Typical mission: infiltrate a base, yada yada yada. Get out, don't get caught. Because that's the type of stuff they do as mercenaries. Infiltrate places. Sorry, I can't speak. They infiltrate places, kill people, blow up the base, occasionally grab info and all that. Anyway, all this is going fine and dandy until, till the end of the mission when one of the parents of one of the team members of Big Crime Enterprises, or as it's shortened form is called BCE, one of their parents kidnaps members. So go on large. So the rest of Big Crime Enterprise, and figure out where she's at. And what happens? Well, they figure out that the member is being kept in a warehouse type thing with a basement. And so now all of them, they've got like powers and stuff. Like some of them can teleport. Well, only one of the others can teleport besides Alex, but that's besides the point. Anyways, they get teleported there. Get in the base. Miss the chaos. Alex teleports to where the member is in the basement because where else do you keep a hostage? Releases them, and then their parent shows up. The member's parent that kidnapped them. And lo and behold, guess who it is? It's the exiled god of evil and mischief and whatever. Yeah, it's him. Apparently, he is the parent of one of the members and kidnaps her. And long story short, sword fight breaks out between Alex and this god. The god doesn't recognize that Alex is the literal son of chaos and thinks I'm just someone pretending to be a god. Well, sorry, he is. It's technically not me, but anyways. So all that, ensues. The fight breaks out, and the god, of course, wins. And by this time, though, the rest of BCE has arrived because they've cleared out the entirety of the base, set up explosives around it because if there's no evidence you were there, then you were never there. Granted, a giant explosion and a giant crater would be evidence, but Anyways, Alex tells the rest of them to leave, get out of there, as the other person who can teleport. Take them all and teleport them out of there back to the base. And what's he do? So Alex has he still has his sword in his hand, yet the god has it where he cannot move his hand, his arm. So what's Alex do? Natural thing. Dislocates his shoulder and stabs the both of them. Now, the thing is, Alex's blade is not a normal weapon. His weapon is a sword that was given to him by his mother, Chaos, called the Death Blade. It was forged in the forges of Chaos by Chaos herself, and even the faintest scratch can instantly kill you. So, stabs both himself and the god. Then, rest of the members of Big Crime Enterprise decide that's the point. They're just gonna blow up the base. Of course, well, technically they left like right before because, they saw the stabbing thing. all that. And anyways, they're all just like, oh no, he's dead. Sad. But in reality, he's not dead. He is, but he isn't because Chaos has gotten some attachment issues to him, and it's like, no, I don't want him to die. So what does she do? She makes a deal with Lady Death. So long story short, Alex comes back to life, gets resurrected by Lady Death, but on a few conditions. One, the Death Blade no longer has its powers. Sure, it's extremely sharp and all that, and dangerous and deadly and all that. Like, and has some, powers and such, but it cannot kill with a slight scratch. It's just a normal sword with a few cool abilities. Instead, the power from that gets combined into a bow that Lady Death has given Alex, the Bow of Death. And due to the fact that you're not allowed to godly weapons by ancient laws and all that stuff, so they took the power of the Death Blade, put it into the bow, making it the Bow of Death and Chaos. And some of the properties of the, Death Blade, but since it was transferred into another godly object, it's a bit less powerful. The arrows actually drain the life of the person they hit. So as well as being impaled by it, it starts draining your life force out of you. Life force doesn't go anywhere, it just gets drained. So anyways, he is also now the messenger of death, meaning Death would be like, hey, Lady Death's like, hey, this person's supposed to die now, so off you go. Or just any of the gods really, because he's essentially Alex is essentially now like the gods' assassins. Well, assassin. So, kills people for the gods because it's their time to die. And he has a signature message for the people he kills for the gods. I have a message for you. That's the last thing they ever hear. Is that I it's he says when he's asked who he is, he tells them, I'm the Archer of Death and Chaos, Messenger of Death, and I have a message for you. Something along those lines, I think. What was it? Ah, yes. I'm the only son of Lady Chaos, Archer of Death and Chaos, Messenger of Death, and I have a message for you. Yeah, no, the first one of I'm the Archer of Death and Chaos and Messenger of Death. I have a message for you. That's what he says. Anyways, so he says that, and then that's the last thing they hear. Then they kick the bucket. Or should I say, they kicketh the bucket. Shakespearean English, old Elizabethan English there. Haha. I know, because I learned that in English last year. Anyways, so long story short, he comes back, to his friends. They learn, oh hey, he isn't dead and all that, and they're all happy. And yeah, that's as far as that story goes. At least I've come up with. Because yes, I come up with this stuff. Some of the stuff the next stuff coming up is going to be completely improvised right here and now. The rest of the stuff, majority of it actually came up a while ago. Wrote it all down. It's a published story somewhere. Although different characters and all that, because I'm not afraid to admit I've written a Dream SMP fanfic, and this lore is based off of that. Although just changed up a bit, but with characters But anyways, that's besides the point. And once Alex dies again, he will cease to be the messenger of death and all, Archer of Death and Chaos and all that. And he will become the rider of fate, the messenger of fate, if you will. And there will be a new messenger of death, and Alex will be the one who controls fate and will deliver messages to them dictating fate. Actually, just delivers messages to people in general dictating fate and all that, Kind of like an oracle, kind of not. Also, at this point, he's also immortal because he's now a god. He has become a god now. Once he becomes the messenger of fate, he will become a god. He will ascend to godhood and no longer interfere with things immortals and all that. Although, granted, as his friends die, when they die, they also get, become gods and all that because, yeah. So, yeah. That is the lore for Alex, SuperAlex543, my Minecraft character. Also, the character that I'm typically as in my TikToks. Character who I, if I move the mic, currently am. Because quiver of arrows, a mask. You thought were getting something there? No face reveal. Sorry. Theoretically, when he wants to go undercover, the hood. Literally, eyes in the dark. See all, know all, and all that stuff. One with the darkness. Oh yeah, and as far as the character looks like, well, yeah, I mean, you're looking right at it. Literally me. Gray eyes, dirty blonde hair. Oh boy, and all that. Wears all black. It's a quiver of arrows. Although the arrows aren't, I believe this is orange. Yep, orange. The reason I wasn't sure about this because I'm colorblind. But anyways, yeah. The only difference is Hero's arrows are completely black. Like, all black. Because harder to see. Plus goes with this whole stack of black. You might be wondering, why choose the color black? Well, that's also because I'm colorblind. Black, one of the few colors that I see normally. And by few, I mean two, because there's only two colors I see normally. Black and white. The others, they're all messed up and weird and wonky. Especially the, normal colors aside from blue and purple and gray and pink. Those are the only ones that aren't as weird as the other colors. The other ones, yeah, they're weird. Because they could be any of them. But, yeah. SuperAlex543. Archer of Death and Chaos. Messenger of Death. Future Messenger of Fate. As well as God of Fate. Because, God of Fate is also technically the Messenger of Fate. Yeah. Long story short, he is overpowered. Even in his mortal form. And powers he's got, well, teleport, could fly. Although he doesn't show these powers often. Is meant to be a secret because big crab enterprises, they've all got a double life they're living because they're also high school students. Yeah, high schoolers, all of them. Because it's literally just like based. The canon version is literally based off like my group of friends. That's who it really is. Like my friends are the people that make up big crime enterprises. So yeah. Oh yeah, if any of my friends, classmates of mine and I are watching this, hi, yeah, you're in my character lore. You have canonically been added into my lore and you can't stop me. Haha. But yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you're new, subscribe, like the video, hopefully, please. No, why did I do? I regret doing that. Anyways, add that to the list of things I regret doing. Anyways, yeah. So maybe possibly do the character lore song. Possibly, I don't know because I actually haven't even written it. Also, planning on doing a Q&A video sometime maybe or Q&A stream. Probably Q&A stream. I'm gonna post a thing make a tweet on my Twitter about it and have you all put like questions you want to know in like, comment section. And even if you don't have any, I've just got some I've come up with that I think you probably all like want to know and all that stuff. This character lore thing probably being one of them, possibly, so might as well just get all the way in one video because I'd rather not spend like 20 minutes explaining this whole thing when I could be, answering questions that are really interesting. Like stuff I do and stuff about me that's not too personal and won't let you know who I actually am. And yeah. But anyways, yeah, thank you so much for watching again. Um Subscribe, and all that. You don't have to though. But I'd really like if you would. Close to 20 subs and all that. And honestly, never thought this would really work all that well because, you know, when you're literally a high school student, you never expect, and you make like YouTube videos on your phone, and you hardly ever stream on Twitch, and when you do, it doesn't work half the time because horrible internet. Darn internet. Anyways, but yeah, maybe possibly stream this weekend. I don't know. If I do, it's gonna be on Saturday, and sometime in like early afternoon, U.S. Central Time because I live in the Midwest, aka the corn part. Yeah, I mean that doesn't explain much because that's the U.S. in a nutshell. Corn. But anyways, yeah. Also, my Twitter, at SuperAlex543. You know, um, my Twitch, SuperAlex543 underscore Minecraft. And yeah, my Twitch, follow it, you know, not making you subscribe to it because that's costs money, that costs money, and I don't want you to have to spend money. So just follow is fine on that. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, so, see you around.